Today, May 14th, we actually had the Tilted Towers blimp go down. It's officially called Tilted Touchdown. The blimp has officially crashed into Loot Lake, and we are in the last stage of this map's territories, and all we have to do is wait for the next update. We are now at the point where the 7 has pushed the IO back to the event location in this area between Loot Lake and Command Cavern. Additionally, according to Hypex, this last stage of the map territories that we have now is set to end on Tuesday during downtime, and there's an unreleased landmark called DD Machine. I'm trying to figure out what that might mean. Does anybody know what DD might mean? Oh yeah, that's right. What about Doomsday? So if what I'm reading is correct, there's a really good chance we could get a new landmark, a POI type situation with this next update on Tuesday in just a couple of days, where we could literally get to see the Doomsday device. I always thought the Doomsday device was going to be a super surprise last second thing, but if they go ahead and basically reveal it in just a couple days with a couple weeks left in the season, the 7 would presumably have time to sort of prepare. Granted, it's not really a massive surprise right now anyway, because the 7 are onto what they're doing, but nonetheless, it's just very interesting to know that we're gonna have a pretty significant update in just a couple of days. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and keep it here to make sure you don't miss anything coming your way. Oh, by the way, in case you were curious about the location of Saber, the Master Key type boss-ish that was previously on the Tilted blimp, he's still chilling at the blimp by Command Cavern. I know we've taken the topic of the mecha and the caddis coming back and beaten it to a pulp, but I do have one more thing I want to add. Okay, so I was in the item shop today, and I noticed a very, very interesting emote back in the shop. That emote, of course, is No Sweat. It is the one-handed floss, which is the iconic move of the mech after it was victorious against the Caddis in round 1. The mecha team leader itself has also been in and out of the shop lately as well. As we've talked about before, there is an upcoming POI codenamed the Caddis Cave. Along with that, there were some various caddis and animal groans associated with this leak. Take a quick listen. It sounds like some sort of creature that is very distant, very far away. Honestly, it sounds a lot like what you might hear if you were to go stand beside one of those giant vaults in Command Cavern and listen. Is it possible that the IO has already succeeded in reanimating the animal, the caddis, and is storing it inside Command Cavern? That makes especially good sense when you consider the only places that they really could be hiding this creature right now if they had him alive would be within the confines of this specific area. Next up, we've got 2 different comments from Zotify and EO, and although they're different comments, they are saying almost exactly the same thing, so I wanted to give a shout out to both of them. Basically, they're just talking about the Panther skin, and we actually have a pretty concrete connection this time, something pretty apparent and pretty evident. So if you take a look at the Panther's design, the markings and the symbols right here on her attire, and you compare it to Link's, you can see that they are almost completely identical. That's not all they share in common though. Of course, they both have this cat suit, and they both appear to be pretty important to the storyline. I mean, take a look at the Panther's description if you need any convincing there, and then Link's, of course, literally had her files on Jones's desk during the Chapter 2 Season 2 device event, and was featured in that season's cinematic story trailer. Trust me, I am no expert, but if you take a look at the markings, it is just undeniably very similar. There's gotta be some connection between these 2 skins, Panther and Link's. What is it? How deep does it go? That is still up for debate, but at this point, you can go ahead and pencil in that these 2 skins are related in some way, shape, or form, and now we gotta figure that out. Is it possible at all that this could be the same person? I mean, come on, think about it. What if Link's, Panther, and the Order are all the same person? This is definitely something we're gonna have to keep an eye on moving forward. Next up, we have an interesting theory from Reddit user Fur Freak, who says IO versus 7 fight for the 0 point over Loot Lake. The IO wins and uses the power to bring the monster back to life. The monster then goes over and destroys the Sanctuary. Since apparently Paradigm is Singularity and Singularity built Mecha Team Leader, I then think next season we will have a futuristic 7 POI where the Sanctuary was, since the Sanctuary got destroyed. Then Paradigm builds a 7 themed mech. Next season's event is the IO monster versus the 7 mech. Would make sense, as Donald Mustard said a few months ago, that Singularity will have a larger role in the story. This is something I've seen popping up a little bit lately. I want to talk about one specific part of this, and that is the fact that this theory claims that next season's event will be Monster vs. Mech Round 2. You know, it is possible that the Doomsday device will activate and whatever's going to happen will happen with no regard at all for the mech and the monster. They may just choose to focus on some other stuff for this event, but if that happens, there's almost certainly something later that's going to be cleared up or happening between the mech and the monster. There's just too many things to point to, and I don't think they're putting in the Mecha Team Leader and the No Sweat emote and various other things and various other hints all around just for no reason. By the way, I went and checked Orisa, the other cat skin from this season's Battle Pass, and I could not find any of the markings that we talked about previously in this video between Lynx and Panther. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you taking the time to stop back by. Listen, if you have anything to add on the Fortnite storyline, any theories, comments, or suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. I literally do read every comment, and I really appreciate every one that you guys send. Click on to the next video to keep the party rolling, and I'll see you in the next one.